Well, hey friends and neighbors, this is Chuck out at Sheraton Park Farms. Welcome back to the farm. So today we're going to do a little bit of mowing. We've got a field, well, we've got a space. Kind of hard pressed to call it a field, I think. But we've got a space that we ran the pigs in over winter. Last year, in the fall of last year, this is June, we had a guy come in. I've talked about this a little bit before. We had a guy come in with one of those forestry mulchers and clear out a space that was kind of overgrown with some saplings and brush and some of that kind of stuff. And we ran our pigs across it. We ran the pigs across it over winter, into late winter, and the early part of this year. So they were on it for a good long time and they beat it up pretty good. And now we're really starting to get some growth coming back. So I'm gonna spin the camera around and let's take a look at this field, and we'll talk a little bit about what we're gonna do. So this is our field, and again, we ran the big set of pigs across this into the late winter, first part of this year. Last year, this was a pretty thick, overgrown with a lot of cedar and sweet gum saplings, and we had all that mowed down. And we ran our pigs across it. And as you can see, it's come back really, really nice. There's a lot of grass in here. Got some good grasses coming back up, nice and thick in a few spaces. Looks really, really good. The problem that we've got with this is that we're still getting some of these. And these are sweet gum saplings. And depending on where you're at in the country, if you've got these things, they can be aggravating and invasive as the dickens. Here's some more. So what we're going to do is we're going to run the mower across this, and we're going to mow all this down. We're going to chop it down nice and low. Know there may be some folks back there that say, well, why don't you graze it? Why don't you run some animals across it? We've got sheep, but I just don't have enough sheep to graze everything that we've got. And I think that's probably a little bit of a good problem to have, in that we've got more grass right now than we do animals, as opposed to being on the flip side of that and having more animals than we do places to graze. So we're gonna mow this down. Here's some more of this old sweet gum. Some other weeds and stuff are coming up. We do have some of these small wallows that the pigs have created. So we're going to have to be careful about that. Still got some sticks and some of the mulch left from where the guys ran the mulcher, but that's fine. That'll all decompose down, and you know, that adds a lot of good carbon to the soil. Over here's an area where we got still got a lot of litter. Got the pigs right there, so we're going to be mowing next to where the pigs are at. They're over in the woods, fat and happy, doing all their piggy stuff. So walk back up to show you what we're going to be mowing with. We're going to talk about the mower for just a second, and then we're going to get to mowing a little bit. So y'all probably seen this in a few of our videos, but we've got a Kioti CK 4010 hydrostatic SE 40 horsepower tractor. Came with the front end loader. Got the bucket on the front with the skid steer, quick attach. That is super nice. We'll do another video on the tractor one day and talk a little bit more about it and do a little bit of a review on it. Been real happy with it. Been a great tractor for the farm and what we're doing here. Going back, if we were doing it over, probably would. Everybody says this, and I thought I'd done it. Everybody says buy a little bit bigger tractor than what you think you need. 40 horsepower works great on our farm, but if I had a little bigger tractor, that'd be helpful too. We're going to run a Bush Hog FH162. This is a flail mower, used piece of equipment. I picked this up last year for pretty good buy. I try to buy these things new, and they're $1,500, $1,800, $2,000. So 5.5 foot flail mower. Paid $650 for it. Had to have a little bit of work done. Spent about $300 getting belts replaced, getting some bolts and stuff replaced, service work, that kind of thing. I mean, it's an old piece of equipment. It's not very pretty, but man, it does a good job. And we've been real pleased with using a flail mower. I've had finish mowers and belly mowers and that kind of stuff in the past. Have never had a bush hog or a rotary cutter. Like the flail mower, we can get in and get some pretty good sized stuff with this. Probably not as big as you could with a bush hog or a rotary cutter, but we can get in and get some pretty good sized stuff with this. Does a real good job on the grass, leaves a nice clean cut. The big complaint that I've got is you got to be real careful whenever you're getting the heavy, thick stuff. It does tend to bog down a little bit and you got to slow down, but that's just, you know, that's just part of it. So, well, anyway, we're gonna get to mowing here. We got a little bit of hose to move out of the way. We're gonna do a little bit of trimming around the edges, but stick around with us for a little while. We're gonna do a little bit of mowing. One other thing, let me show you this right quick. Picked these up the other day on Amazon. These are the 3M work tunes with the Bluetooth. Don't know about y'all, but one of the most relaxing things that I do is get on this tractor, put the headphones on, turn on some music, and just mow. It's relaxing, good break from the daily grind, work, and everything else that's going on. So, and also you get a lot of pretty instant gratification on your work. Get to see the results really, really quick, and that's nice. So, all right, enough yammering. Let's get to mowing. So we got it mowed and didn't cut it quite as close as I probably would have liked to because it's just so thick out here in a few spots. But we got it all cut down. Again, you know, we're trying to keep some of this invasive stuff kind of beat back and let the grass take over and smother it out. But you can see right in here, I mean, this is that's just some thick stuff. Looks good. And then down here where we had a little bit of the grass is kind of thin, still a lot of the litter left from the mulching. There's more of the sweet gum saplings that are coming up in this area. So we'll just keep an eye on it, keep it mowed back, keep all that stuff cut back out of the way. Probably run the pigs through here again before long. I mean, this has recovered really, really nice. Good and thick. Be something else for them to come in here and munch on. Still need to come back, trim a little bit along this drainage ditch right here between this pasture and the one right next to it. So we'll come along and trim that with either brush cutter or the flail mower, depending on where it's at, what we can get to. So anyway, I believe we've got her looking pretty good. So, you know, that's about it for today's video. Just wanted to show how we kind of manage the pasture, manage the ground, keep the grass, try to keep the grass ahead of everything else. Sometimes that's a little bit of a challenge, but you know, we keep working it, getting better every year. Just takes a little bit of management and watching the grass and keeping some of this invasive stuff cut back. So I'm gonna post a link to a couple of videos over here, some other stuff we got going on. That subscribe button is going to pop up in the center of the screen here. If you've not subscribed, please do so. Channel's growing. We've got about 730 subscribers as of today, so we're cruising along pretty good. Appreciate everybody watching. Can't thank you enough. Leave us a comment down below. Tell us where you're from. Got a few folks that are commenting pretty regular and really enjoy hearing from them. So anyway, appreciate y'all watching. We'll see you on the next video. Thanks.